Have you tried everything under the sun to try and lose weight and nothing seems to work? Today, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons that might be making weight loss impossible for you, or that might be making you feel as though it will never ever happen. I'm Jane Mukami, and welcome to Weight Loss Made Easy. I'm a nutrition-based weight loss coach that can help you lose weight while eating regular and local foods without having to exercise. Now, some of these mistakes that I'm going to share with you are mistakes that I actually made when I first began my weight loss journey. And these are only 5, but God knows I made way more than just 5. So in respect to time, I'm only going to share the 5 most common that I see people struggling with. Now, the first one is exercise. Exercising for weight loss. The science is in, it's been in for a couple of years, and facts and science now confirm that weight loss is all about nutrition. Exercise plays a very small role, if any. And actually, what they recommend is that exercise is best for maintenance. But when it comes to actually burning the fat, losing the flab, you need to focus on nutrition. Now, some of the reasons why exercise is not effective is because, number one, not weight loss. Exercise increases your appetite. It makes you feel even more hungry because it spikes your metabolism. Then comes this psychological compensatory behavior where you feel like, you know what, I just killed that workout. I'm going to go have a beer or a hamburger or pizza. There's this reward thinking where exercise is concerned. And last but not least, as I mentioned, you do not burn that many calories from exercise. Using myself as an example, working out or running for 30 minutes might only burn about 250 to 325 calories. Now, one glass or one cocktail will be the very same calories, or one of my favorite cookies will be the very same calories. Now, we know you never have one cocktail or one cookie. You usually have 2 or 3, right? So when it comes to weight loss, nutrition adds up so much quicker, and exercise does only very little. And this is why I focus on nutrition-based weight loss, because 98% of my clients do not work out, yet they're able to shift or to lose 20, 30, 40 kilos, 60, 80, 100 plus pounds. Now, the second reason is starvation. I always have people coming to me saying, Jane, I don't even understand how or why I gain weight. I don't even eat. And that's a problem, my friend. I've met people who eat once a day, twice a day, and still cannot lose weight. And part of this, let's blame it on intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting has become mainstream, and it is abused and used incorrectly. Just because you're eating 1 or 2 meals, it's possible to eat a lot of calories in 1 meal or 2 meals. As I mentioned, calories add up super quickly. So eating 1 meal a day, yes, you might not lose weight. Or going to the extreme where you actually starve, you might seem to lose weight at the beginning. And then as your metabolism slows down, you're like, okay, why am I not losing weight and I'm not even eating? Because your body jumps into the defense. It's in conservation mode. It's trying to protect itself from dying. So it holds on to every single thing. So there's a very fine line between eating healthy or eating too much or eating too little. It needs to be a balance. Now, the third reason is simply lack of information. No information or education where nutrition is concerned. There's so much information that we do not know where food is concerned. For those of you who've worked with me in my weight loss challenges, you know that you always leave with your mind blown. A few examples of the information that you might not be aware of is, for example, peanuts, nuts, cashews, almonds, pistachios. Yes, they are healthy. Avocado. However, if you have them in huge quantities, equals weight gain. Just because something is healthy does not mean you can, binge on it, because at the end of the day, what matters is, are you in a caloric deficit, which means, are you eating less so that the body can make up for the deficit by burning the extra fat you're storing, converting that into glucose and energy? If the answer is you're not in a deficit, it means you're in a surplus, or you ate exactly at maintenance. So not understanding that just because something is healthy does not mean you have to eat a lot of it. I can't tell you the number of people that eat a big bag of peanuts or cashews thinking, oh, it's healthy, and not realizing that those very healthy items are still contributing to your caloric surplus. Another misunderstanding: I'm from Kenya, and in Kenya we love fruit salads. A fruit salad is a combination of high GI fruits in one big bowl: mangoes, pineapples, passion fruits. All these very sweet, high glycemic index foods equals sugar, which equals a lot of calories. Yes, fruits have fructose, but they also have sucrose, which is table sugar. And just because it's fructose does not mean it doesn't count. I think that's what people assume. They assume, oh, fruits have natural sugar, I should be able to eat them and lose weight. No. If you're having huge bowls of high glycemic index fruits, if you're blending them into smoothies and wondering why you're gaining weight, is because if your body type stores fat, the number one goal should be being in a deficit. And yes, even though it's natural sugar, you will still gain weight from it, okay? Another misconception is beans are protein. Beans have very little protein, but they have 3 times as much starch. So when you eat beans and rice, you are eating a lot of starch with a lot of starch. What do we know about starch? Starch converts to glucose, which causes insulin spikes. Insulin equals fat storage. Now, some of these things that I just mentioned, I will be doing deep dive videos talking in details about this. Right now, I'm just mentioning some of the miseducation or misinformation or lack of knowledge that might be contributing to you not losing weight. The fourth reason, and by the way, if you're enjoying this list, do me a favor, hit subscribe. The fourth reason is drastic dieting. We've all done it. And this is where you get to stop eating all regular food and focus on one item. I know when I did the cabbage diet, I did the tomato diet, I did the egg diet, I did juicing, right? What happens is we stop eating our regular food, focus on eating one thing for X number of days, and at the end of those many days, you go back to eating regular food. My most successful weight loss story was in 2009. I did a 30-day, hear me, I did 30 days of fresh juices. This was fresh vegetable juices. The only fruits that I could use to add to the vegetable juice, so it was celery, cucumbers, kale, spinach. The only fruit I could add was apples. And I drank this only for 30 days and I lost 22 pounds, about 10 kilos. And literally within 4 days of going back to eating normal, guess what? I gained 15 kilos. I gained so much weight back in such a very short time. What lesson did I learn or have I learned from drastic dieting? Anytime you cut out food and you have to go back to eating normal, your body will experience the bounce back effect. The bounce back effect is the body saying, oh, you're giving me more food that I've not seen in the last 2 weeks, 3 months, however long you've been dieting. And yes, naturally, your body will blow up. And I always joke and say, the weight comes back with some babies. You gain more than you lost because you went the drastic route. Drastic diets do not work. Again, for those of you who worked with me in the Eat to Lose or one of my many paid coaching challenges, I'm able to help you eat your regular food. your regular local food and lose weight eating that, so you never have to go back to eating normal food, which then means gain the weight back. Then the fifth reason, I'm looking here at my little notepad, is relying on supplements. Now, when you need to lose weight, it's easy to get caught up in this. All you have to do is take this pill. All you have to do is buy this or eat this, add this, and you're going to lose weight. Now, how is it possible to drink a tea and take this pill? Some people even take vitamins, assuming that you're going to lose weight, when your foundational nutrition behavior hasn't changed at all. In other words, you're still eating the very same way, and you're simply adding this thing here or that thing there with the hope of losing weight or taking weight loss supplements, but your fundamental eating habits have not changed. Does that make sense? No. Now, one of the biggest reasons why weight loss is a challenge, as I mentioned in the last video that I did last week, or why weight gain is not your fault, is because we don't have this knowledge. We don't learn this in school. We don't learn this anywhere unless you begin digging deep. And when you start digging, what do you find? You find diets, you find pills, you find quick solutions. And the truth is, the only way to lose weight in a way that makes sense, in a way that you can lose it and keep it off, is by changing your nutrition habits. And when I say change your nutrition habits, I don't mean do a diet, but I mean find a way or understand how to eat your everyday foods in a way that always keeps you in a deficit to release the fat that you're carrying. This is what I help women do. And I hope that as I keep going and keep on educating on YouTube, you're going to get all the nuggets that I'll be sharing, implement them, and succeed. Now, I want you to share with me in the comments, tell me, which of the 5 mistakes have you made? Is it working out, going to the gym and wondering why you're not losing weight, running, wondering why you're not losing weight because your nutrition hasn't changed? Number 2, have you done any starvation or eating very little, thinking you'd lose weight and surprised you didn't? Number 3, just lack of knowledge. The things we talked about: peanuts, avocado, fruits, beans, carbohydrates. Is it number 4, drastic dieting, or number 5, relying on supplements, detox teas, other things really without understanding that you need to change your eating habits? Let me know which one you've tried, attempted, or which mistake you've made. And I also need you to help me out with something. Next week's video, I'm torn between 2 topics. Should I do a video on how to lose belly fat, or should I do how to lose cellulite? Tell me in the comments which of the 2 topics I should start with. Should I do next week belly fat, or should I do cellulite? I'll obviously cover both. I'll cover the other eventually, but again, I'm just now getting going, so I'm just trying to see what you prefer me to talk about. So I'm kind of needing your help on this. Again, thank you for being here. I look forward to whatever video you choose for next week. Share this video if you haven't subscribed yet. Do so and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for next week.